The Center Street Food Pantry was one of 3 Massachusetts and 4 Rhode Island nonprofits to share $64,000 in funds from the Newport Restaurant Group's annual gift card program. Brian Doda tells us how the food pantry is sharing that donation.
Founded in 2011, the Center Street Food Pantry has been serving Newton and the surrounding communities to help tackle the rise of food insecurity. We recently had an opportunity to speak with Rose Saya, the executive director of Center Street, about her long career and the experience she brings to the organization.
Yeah, it was founded in 2011 by a very small group of people who were affiliated with Trinity because people were coming to the door and asking for food and they weren't all from Newton. So the idea took hold that maybe having a place that was more regional in focus for Newton and all of the bordering communities would be helpful. It started in a really tiny little room downstairs. When I joined in 2019, it was one of the rooms that we have now that had a little indoor market serving about 65 households, and of course the pandemic upended that such that now we're serving 250 households. 4,000 people are getting food from us a month. You know, nonprofit mission work is very different than for-profit. I mean, I started out in technology in a for-profit role, moved into nonprofit leadership and professional organizations, and right before coming here was pantry director of another regional food agency. The mission-driven focus matters, understanding the rhythm of running an organization that is volunteer-led and what motivates people to do that and want to build that community of support, not just with those who are here, but also with the donor community, which is so important and essential to our work. So I find it super gratifying, and I think that comes from, you know, being tied to the mission and being around a community of people who are also very tied to the mission.
Rose explained to me what an average service day here at Center Street looks like and the role of the many volunteers. She also talked about the rise in demand that has taken place over the past few years.
So a service day starts pretty early, and any service day we're using about 65 different volunteers to make that happen. In the morning, which is when you're here, we have people who are doing our setup, and behind me you'll probably see there's a lot of volunteers back there packing fresh produce. Any given week we're distributing about 4,000 pounds of fresh produce, which is packed into bags that vary by size so that seniors are getting a smaller amount and getting pre-cut vegetables, and families with kids are getting much more. So the range on produce, for example, is between 12 to 25 pounds per family. And it's something that our clients really appreciate because it's good, it adds to their meals, but it's also expensive and something they really want. So the setup starts with people coming in, setting up these tents to protect the volunteers and the food from the shade and the weather. They get the food all ready. Inside, volunteers are also getting all the bags staged. There's going to be people coming in to pack the dairy. There's some people doing that behind me, behind this walk-in refrigerator, and proteins. So it's just like a moving event all day. We come in, people start from scratch, the sidewalk is empty, people open up, and all through the day, clients are coming in, and in any given day, all that produce is moved. 350 bags of groceries, which include kids club bags, are moved out. The walk-in is full, the walk-in becomes empty, and we end the day at 6 o'clock by putting all of it away through the efforts of volunteers who are helping the clients and moving the food, breaking down boxes. So it's an event. Every week it's like a new event. We, like many other food relief agencies, food pantries in the area, are seeing truly historical high levels of need. And so in that way, we have soaked that up as many others have. And that's due to what I like to call, if you read it in the news, I'm going to see it here. So we're seeing, you know, newcomers to this country trying to make their lives, people who are escaping violence in other countries, people who are not speaking English. And so to accommodate those kinds of things, we've added more translators. We also look at the groceries we give out so that they're culturally appropriate. But the numbers are really astronomical. And so our goal now is to be able to meet that need and be consistent such that people know that when they come here, they will leave with what they need for their families to make meals for several days. You know, another approach to that for some pantries who don't have our operation and don't have our approach is to give less. We've resisted that. So we've held our numbers high, we've made our operation more streamlined so we can serve more, and we've held our consistency, which is what we think is important.
Recently, the Newport Restaurant Group announced the return on their annual gift card charity program, where a portion of each gift card purchased at one of their restaurants is donated to local food pantries and other nonprofits. This year, they raised a total of $64,000. Among the list of recipients is Center Street, and after showing me a receipt for today's produce totaling about $3,500, Rose explained to me the importance of programs like this, as well as any small donations people can make.
Every donation matters. Every donation matters because it shows a commitment to caring for your community, caring for people in it. And, you know, I've seen people donating $15, I've seen kids. What the Newport Restaurant Group has done is truly a leadership kind of position for an organization to really give back to the community in a way that's meaningful. It is enormous. I mean, we have to buy a lot of the produce we distribute along with milk at times because we can't get everything in the quantity we need from the food bank. And a lot of people don't realize that. So that money bought that fresh produce behind me that our clients really want. And I think, you know, I just have to applaud the Newport Restaurant Group for being that kind of compassionate organization that really looks to give back to the community. It matters, and I hope it matters to them and that their employees feel good about it because they've done a tremendous thing for us. I just want to add that we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the people that support us. We wouldn't be here for the volunteers who support us. We work outside, and I want people to hear that. Like, we don't have, you know, we're grateful to Trinity for giving us the space. You know, we lease it at a very reasonable amount of money. If we could have more space, you know, we would appreciate it. But we're using what we have, and we do what we do through the generosity of so many people, and I am grateful for that.
For more information on how to get involved with Center Street Food Pantry, go to centerstreetfoodpantry.org. This is Brian Doda for Newton News.